In 2014, I had 16 PV solar panels put on the roof. These 4 are facing east, these 4 are facing west, these 8 are facing south. Lately, I've had 2 panels go dark because the inverters failed every time we had rain, even just a little. They would cease operating. I had a solar company come in and examine the setup. They were Canadian Solar 250 watt panels in 2014. They gave me a price, they looked it over, switched out an inverter, and they swore that the panels themselves were bad, which is, I have learned, Canadian Solar is somewhat famous for. I called in a second solar company and had them remove the 2 panels here and install them over here. That's why these 2 panels came back to life. Now these panels are LG 320's, which Enphase said would work with my system, which has the M-215 microinverter underneath each panel. As you can see, all 16 panels are operating again, and these 2 have a higher output than anything else on the display. Here is the next day. These 2 are showing 106 and 106. The new LGs are showing 153 and 153. I have never hit 153 on anything lately. This is that east-facing array. These are the 2 Canadian solar panels on top with the LG 320's beneath them. I had to hire another firm to come in, remove the 2 dead panels on the south side, move the 2 panels from below here over to their holes, and install new rails because the rails weren't long enough for the slightly larger panels. This is one of the Canadian solar panels, the 250 watts that was taken down. You will see the breaks in the wire connections. That's causing a ground short. The panel is literally allowing rain to get inside the panel, and it is the panel itself that is failing, not the inverters. There's a name and serial number on the Canadian solar panel that was taken down because it's leaking rain into the inside of the panel, causing the inverter to fail. Enphase can revive it if you wait for the rain to evaporate. This is the second Canadian solar that was taken down. You can see the breaks in the wiring causing arcing inside the panel every time that it would rain. It is not the inverters that are failing, but the panels. Canadian solar panels are renowned for this failure. When you live on an island and you see something in a store such as Home Depot or any other store, if you think you like it, don't hesitate to buy it. Because if you come back next week and they're sold out, they're not going to get that Christmas tree back in until next year, if then. I went to a solar supply house and bought 4 roof mounts. The lag screw gets screwed through that hole down into the truss. And then it looks like that once you put the mount on for the rail. That roof cement goes on underneath. You get 1 shingle on top of this edge coming down this way. And this is at the bottom where the rail will be attached. This is the old rail that they had to take down first. This is the end fitting. This is the middle fitting. Here's the end fitting again. These little clips ride inside the rail. They get frozen, they get torqued, they get stripped. This is the middle clamp shown here. This is the clamp that breaks. You actually sheared the bolt. To clean up the bolts before reusing them when necessary, you will need a metric tap and die set. Now, the new rails. I went out to a solar supply house. He had 4 LG 320's that nobody wanted because everybody else was buying the new 460's and higher. He gave me a discount price and I bought all 4 of the LG's because Enphase told me that they were compatible with my system and would work with the M215 inverters. This is the end clip that's shown here. This is the mounting clip that rides in the rail. That is the center clip that will hold 2 panels together. That is another style of end clip that locks on underneath the panel. So I have 2 types of mounting clips. This one and this one. Those large fat zip ties I could not find at Home Depot or Lowe's when I went searching for them. The only one that had them, believe it or not, was Walmart. I was not sure if the information that Enphase gave me about the 320's being compatible with the M215 inverters was accurate. I was on the phone with the guy for over an hour and he checked several times, hadn't put me on hold, and he swore they were compatible. Enphase is a company you can trust. I am now getting higher production out of the 2 LG's than out of any panel I ever had from Canadian Solar. But don't forget, the Canadian Solar were only 250 watts. The LG's are 320. Now I was told not to expect optimum performance because I wired them in with an M215 inverter, but they are working very satisfactorily. All that I'm waiting for now is the next rainy period, whether it be day or night, to see if any of the panels fail again. Hopefully it will not be that number 4 and number 8 on the south side. I think it might be the number 6 because I've had a problem with that one before and I replaced the inverter on it already. But it has not failed again. You can trust Enphase, rely on them, don't be hesitant to call them direct. The only solar providers or repairmen left are charging prices that are outrageously high. To get the second installer down here, to move the to drop the 2 panels that were dead to the ground, to move the 2 from the bottom east array to those positions, and to install the 2 LG's, it took them about an hour and a half, and I had ladders already up and waiting for them, clamped and anchored, and the bill came to $1,380 something. These rails that I bought 2 years ago, the LG's and the mounts and all the fittings, cost me about $1,300 to have repair parts on the premises. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I don't know everything, but Enphase will definitely help you. You must give Enphase the serial number of any new inverters that you install. I actually bought 2 inverters on eBay that Enphase told me had not been activated yet. And I am not dissatisfied with any information from Enphase. They are a reputable company and they will deal with the homeowner and try to work with you. Thanks for your time and watching this video.